Hey guys, so welcome to my quick little look at the iPhone 5 versus the new Sony Xperia Z. Of course, it's not a full review. A full review will be up on my main YouTube channel, but this is a quick look over here. And if we just go and compare some stuff, of course, in my country, I can't get that good speeds with the Apple iPhone because they don't have like an LTE variant of it in my country, which kind of sucks. While of course there are LTE variants of the Sony Xperia Z here, so of course that's something that is very nice. Now, if you take a look at the first thing, the form factor here, pretty quick, we can see of course the big thing here is that the iPhone 5 is 4-inch display, so compared to the Xperia Z, it looks a little bit small here because you will get a 5-inch display, full 1080p display here, or full HD display here on the Xperia Z, which is making it a little bit bigger here with the TFT display compared to the LED backlit LCD display that you get on the iPhone. In terms of viewing angles, I gotta say that I think that the TFT display looks a little bit weird. It looks actually a little bit boring in viewing angles like this and stuff, but you know, that's just a first little opinion here. So also, if you look at, of course, both these are high-end smartphones right now, and compared to earlier iPhones, actually now with the new iPhone 5 here, Apple have changed so they don't have a full glass back on the back. And of course, I like that a lot because that means that when you use the device, you have it on the table, and you want, let's say you want to zoom in the browser, the device doesn't move around on the table, and that's very, very nice. So I was a little bit worried about that when I did discover that the Xperia Z here was going to have this full glass back on the back, and yes, it has a full glass back, but Sony did something very clever because they have around the sides of the Sony Xperia Z, they have this kind of rubber material that points out a little bit here on the back, which basically makes so when you have it on the table like this, the sides here of this rubber material will hit the sides and make so the device doesn't move around when you use it. So that's extremely clever there. Also, you get rubber material here on the sides compared to Apple's like aluminum material here. And then of course you get glass front here, and every single area of this device, I mean every single ports and stuff, they are protected with a little thing you need to pop out. Like up here we do have the headphone jack, and this phone is actually dust proof and waterproof. That's why you have to open all of these if you want to use let's say the headphone jack, or let's say you want to charge the device. Of course you need to open it here on the side. So quick little look there. If we continue on, of course, as I said here, the display technology here, you get a full 1080p display here on the Sony Xperia Z, because that phone is a new high-end phone here for 2013, I mean, of course, and all the flagship devices for this year will have like a full HD display. While on the Apple iPhone, of course, it's 4-inch big, so Apple hasn't changed the resolution, so it's not even 720p. It has a resolution of 640 x 1136, which is making the PPI to be 326, which is extremely good PPI here, but you get a little bit more, you get a higher PPI here on the Sony Xperia Z, which is coming with a PPI of 441. PPI of course stands for pixels per inch, so that means that when you're reading stuff, it's going to be even more clear here on the Sony Xperia Z, because 100 more pixels per inch, that is a lot of pixels, of course. So I'll take a look at all of these a little bit more in depth when I've been playing around more with the Xperia Z. But these things, that it's waterproof, it's extremely cool, and also dust resistant if you close all the ports around the phone. So of course that is very important that you do. Like here on the left side, we do have a port to charge up the device. So you can see we have a normal port there. Then also we have two things here, so you can dock it. And then here in the middle, we actually have the micro SD card that you can open up, because this phone is available with SD cards up to 32 GB, could be even higher. So of course that's very nice if you want to expand the memory. And also, if you take a look at the other side here of the device, it has a big cool home button that points out a little bit. Right on top of it, that is the place where you will insert your SIM card. And then you have volume up and down keys, and it's a very nice construction here that is very simple, but it's a nice looking device, definitely. If you take a look at the back, of course, on both these two devices, then we will see that we get the camera there. So we do get the 80 megapixel camera here on the iPhone, while we have the 30 megapixel camera that's capable of shooting HDR videos, and that's what you get here on the Sony Xperia Z. In terms of holding the device, the iPhone feels actually a little bit better. It's not as, it has more rounded off edges here, but it still feels very much the same here. One big difference, of course, is that you have these rubber sides around the Sony Xperia Z, which is going to protect it when you put it on the table like this. Will protect the glass because you have this rubber thing that is hitting first. Same goes with the back. Both devices, of course, feels extremely solid and it feels extremely high end compared to Samsung. It's a little bit more of a plastic feeling. I definitely think that with the next generation Samsung device, Samsung can improve how their devices feel a little bit. So quick little look there at those cool, awesome things. If you talk about storage, of course the iPhone doesn't have a removable or an SD card option, so but it comes available in 16, 32 and 64 GB variants, while there's only one variant of the Sony Xperia Z at the moment, and that's the 16 GB variant. And if you want more memory, you gotta buy more memory and insert it with the micro SD card. You need to purchase a SD card. So if we take it, of course you get Android here with the Xperia Z and Apple's iOS on the iPhone 5, which is a very simple operating system. You can see used apps here, and you can see I have a jailbroken device, so I can add some widgets here, like I can make some more cool transitions. And you get Android version 4.12.2, Jelly Bean, of course, on the Sony Xperia Z when you buy it, with Sony's overlay here, that this is how it looks like in the multitasking area. You have a multitasking area here, and then they do have some quick apps here that you can pop out to do some quick stuff like calculator, or I also thought this was kind of cool. You do have this kind of timer here, could be nice if you're cooking eggs or stuff. And then of course you have Google Now, quick access. This is how the notification area looks like, extremely clean, kind of reminds of Synology mode, I think. And I do miss a brightness slider there, of course, and then they have a default quick widget here to change brightness and some quick stuff. And then they have their own things like Walkman, Movies, Sony Select, and those awesome things. So a quick little look there. You get a Qualcomm chipset inside of the Xperia Z, the APQ8064. I'm pretty sure it's the same that you will get in the Nexus 4 smartphone that I already do own. And then of course in Apple they produce their own chipset, the Apple A6. And the CPU here, you get a dual-core 1.2 GHz clock CPU here on the iPhone only, while you do get actually a quad-core 1.5 GHz Crate CPU here on the Xperia Z. Kind of funny though, my first impressions here with Sony's own overlay here is that the device actually feels a little bit slow here in menus, and I definitely think that Sony can speed it up a little bit, because I think that the Galaxy S3, when that one came out, it was a little bit quicker, and I find that a little bit annoying, not by much, but just a tiny bit there. If you talk about the GPU in terms of gaming experience on both these devices, with new games like Real Racing 3 coming out right now, of course we do get the PowerVR SGX 543 MP3 triple core graphics CPU or GPU here on the iPhone, so of course amazing gaming experience, but you're a little bit limited by the only small 4-inch display if you ask me. While you get the Adreno 320 GPU here on the Xperia Z, which I'm gonna try more in the future with games like GTA Vice City, GTA 3, and see if it performs better than earlier times when I tried it out. With the Nexus 4 that also has the Adreno 320 GPU, it hasn't performed that well, but more awesome on Gameloft games like Asphalt 7 and Asphalt 6. So we will see more about or check out those cool awesome things more here in the future. And then also, this is a big thing, I think, in terms of battery, you only get 1440 milliamp battery inside of the iPhone, while you get 2330 massive milliamps inside of these this Xperia Z. Now, it's very nice. Of course, this is not my full review, remember that. This is just a quick little look here, my quick first sneak peek hands-on, and I will definitely probably do some other cool awesome things with the Xperia Z. It will be fun to play around with the software, see Sony's hidden features and stuff that I haven't been playing around right now, at least that much with. And of course it will be fun to compare it against other high-end Android phones or just phones in general that will be behind for this year, and see where the smartphone market are going. But I kind of like this device, and especially in my country, that I will be able to pick up the Sony Xperia Z in the LTE variant. Kind of expensive though. The device costs right now in my country over $1,000, while the iPhone doesn't come LTE equipped in my country because it has like other LTE bands or something, I'm pretty sure. So that's a little bit annoying. And then I kind of don't like it with iOS that it's oversimplified so much that you can't even see widgets here. You can only see apps, and I think that's annoying, and that's one of the reasons why I love Android and the freedom and all of those awesome things. So which one is your favorite phone? What kind of videos do you want to see in the future? And if you did enjoy this video, please leave it a like down below. And if you want to see more videos on the Xperia Z, I have a new tips and tricks YouTube channel where I will just focus on the Xperia Z. It will be in the link in the description down below. So if you have any specific videos you definitely want me to do on the Xperia Z, tips and tricks, hidden stuff and things, please let me know that on that YouTube page. Until next time, just have an awesome day, and I will see you all in the next video. Yeah, peace.